feels like a Friday. Elvis Duran in the Morning Show.
I'm telling you, as sure as I'm sitting here, the best show happens when the songs are playing. I really would, I would love to recreate the 4 minutes we just had here in this room. And I think we will. No, we're just talking about Cialis.
Yeah.
We're talking about, performing.
Priapisms.
Priapisms. See, I did not know that if you pop like a Viagra or a Cialis, whatever, and you stand at attention and you're ready for love, whatever. If it doesn't go down after a while, you have to go to the hospital and get a priapism.
No, it's called a priapism. You have to go to the hospital and get a needle put in your dinger, and then they take out the blood to help it go down.
Oh my God!
No, that's why they have that disclaimer at the end of all the ads. It says if you have it lasts longer than 4 hours, you have to see a doctor.
Well, what if I'm dating a doctor?
But no problem.
But how long is it supposed to stay? Like after you use it, right?
It's supposed to work when you want it to work, and then be done when you're done.
So when you're done, it's not still standing at attention.
No.
Sometimes, yeah.
Well, then doesn't that hurt? Then don't you have to fix it or something?
Well, you just got to go at it again until it decides to leave.
Okay.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. There's, if you see the sun coming up and you still can't make it go away, then you might as well just put it to use again. I mean, why not?
I bet we have people who have had a priapism and had to have that done.
Of course we do. 1-800-242-0100.
Yeah, call it.
Please.
I can't tell my story, the delivery guy story. Anyway.
Why not?
It's not what you think.
It was clean.
Well, no, this is a long, long time ago. I had someone coming over, and I popped one because I knew we didn't have long to go, right? And then I remembered that these two guys were delivering a treadmill to my apartment, and I forgot they were coming over. And I had to hide behind walls and things.
Like how they hide a pregnancy in sitcoms. There's just a strategically placed book.
To hide the baby. I'm like,
Elvis
just down there.
Elvis is like, put it over there, and he points.
I do point. I mean, it's weird if you can hold a half dozen donuts and 2 cups of coffee at the same time.
Wow.
Good God.
I know. Let's move on. And this, funny enough, I said this break we're going to do Danielle's report, and we were going to have a heady conversation. Doesn't seem like it's going down the right road for the heady conversation. I will tell you what happened, though. I've been, look, we all go through peaks and valleys in our lives, whatever. And I've been going through somewhat of a valley of late. And out of nowhere in the past 2 days, I've had no less than 6 friends of mine reach out to me to say they were thinking about me. They just wanted to call and see if I was doing okay. People I haven't talked to in months. It was just a true experience in the universe is kind of doing this thing. And it's easy just to say, oh, that's just coincidence. 6 friends out of nowhere just called to see how you're feeling. But no, it's real. It's real. Do you guys believe in the connection of the universe?
Yes, totally.
1,000,000%.
I think, and I know that people are going to say it sounds so corny, but I really believe that everything gives off vibrations, and sometimes if you're not feeling like yourself, then maybe your vibrations are different, and the people who love you can pick that up.
Yeah. Our friend Teresa Beyer, who was 2 time zones away, woke up after having 3 dreams about me last night and had to text me, and I knew she was still she should be asleep. Our friend Zena Burns sent me an email. Hey, I just can't stop thinking about you. Just wanted to say hi and I love you. And it was great, but it's a reminder that there is something else. If you believe it, there is something else at work that really could be healing and great for you and the people you love. Sending and the power of prayer. It's the same family, right? What's up, Frog?
I do believe that you give off a vibe sometimes. People that know you don't have to say anything is wrong. They can just tell. And no matter how much you try to disguise it and how much you try to say everything's great, people that really truly know you will feel a difference in your energy. And those are the people that are the closest to you.
Yep.
Well, this is the reason I love my dogs. Dogs are, some of them better than others, superior at reading your moods.
Totally.
Like my dog Max, he looks you through your eyes and through your soul. And he's always sort of taking note of what energy you're giving off. He can see if I'm mad or frustrated. He can see if I'm happy because his tail will wag and he'll be happy. It's interesting, but he does that by looking at me. I'm talking about people who can do it just by feeling your vibe across a continent.
Yeah.
I think that's so cool, man. I love it. I think it's really nice. So the power of sending off positive energy and positive vibes, it's more powerful than we give it credit for, I do believe. I do. We see it in nature all the time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are in nature.
Yeah.
With that said, let's have a positive day. Let's think great thoughts for our friends and the people we love. And one of the people we love is Danielle.
Oh.
Let's do your Danielle report,
Thanks.
and then we'll go around the room, and we'll try to keep it positive anyway. We'll see what happens. I love when we go from
And no,
side
you
to
if
see
we
how this
went,
conversation
yo.
into a universe of love.
It's all related.
Huh?
It is.
Oh,
It is.
oh,
All right, Danielle, what's
oh,
going on?
All right, so Billie Eilish and Phineas are nominated for Hollywood Music and Media Awards. They're recognized for their works on the Barbie movie with the song "What Was I Made For." Olivia Rodrigo is also nominated for "Can't Catch Me Now," which is the official song for the Hunger Games prequel movie. And the ceremony is scheduled for November 15th in Hollywood. Missy Elliott is so excited. She is the first female rapper to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. She was talking to Good Morning America about it, and she said, "Words cannot describe this honor." The 2023 induction ceremony will be broadcast tonight live on Disney Plus at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and then ABC is going to air a special on January 1st at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, featuring a whole bunch of highlights and special moments from the event. So Taylor Swift is getting ready to perform in Buenos Aires, and her fans have been camping out since June to get prime spots for her shows next week. So they have this is crazy. They have general admission tickets, and they have this organized, detailed system with spreadsheets and rotations with around 60 people in each of the 4 tents camping out for months to make sure they all have a place in line. That is insane. They've come up with a system, a rotation to make sure.
Who would you do that for? I would do that for a Cher concert.
Would you?
Absolutely.
I don't know, man.
I'd camp out for Cher.
All right. Netflix will be giving ad-free episode perks for binge watchers. You're going to get an ad-free episode after watching 3 episodes in a row starting next year. This is their way of saying thank you for sticking with them and for not getting up from the front of your television, which is what a lot of us do, right? Apparently, around 15 million users currently subscribe to the ad-supported plan. So that'll be good for people who are part of that plan. So the first teaser has come out for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, and I don't know if you've seen it, but it shows a really grim future for humanity, guys. Why are we not surprised? Because the way we're headed is just wonderful right now.
Yeah, we're right on track to be another Planet of the Apes.
Exactly. It says apes have taken control of the world and humans have lost their intelligence, and like I said, nothing surprises me right now. But the trailer is out if you want to check that out. So a Halloween Horror Nights worker says that she got injured because of Charlie D'Amelio from TikTok. So here's what happened. A fan rushed into a ride to take a picture with Charlie, and they were closing this really heavy tram door, and the fan tried to kind of get in there. And so the woman, I guess, had her arm in the door, and she hurt her shoulder. And she was trying to tell them that her shoulder hurt, but I guess Charlie's people were like, "Okay, you guys have 15 seconds to take your pictures or get your autographs." And while those 15 seconds are happening, this poor worker was stuck in the door, had their shoulder stuck in the door, and so shoulder injury from that, and so she's not a happy camper. She's very upset about that.
Those D'Amelios are very dangerous.
I tell you, I don't think they did it on purpose, but they probably just didn't even realize what was going on. I don't know. So, Dance Moms will be having a reunion on Lifetime next year. I know so many people love that show. So, JoJo Siwa was a big part of Dance Moms, and she took to social because so many people were like, "Well, wait a minute, not everybody looks like they're coming back to the show." And she said, "Grateful for this day, for everyone wondering about the few people that are missing. Everybody was invited, but some wanted to be here. So not everybody's coming back for certain reasons." We are watching the 38th Annual Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony tonight on Disney Plus at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. You've got Let's Make a Deal Prime Time. Today on Hulu, Quiz Lady with Aquafina. That looks like it might be fun. My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3 over on Peacock. Of course, you've got football this weekend. You've got The Simpsons Treehouse of Horror this weekend. And also, the Red Bulls are in the playoffs, taking on Cincinnati tomorrow night, 7 p.m. at Red Bull Arena. So good luck to them, and you can catch that on television as well. And that is my Danielle report.
Danielle, standing ovation.
Ah, so wonderful.
Fabulous. We love you.
I'm just thinking about standing ovations from what we were talking about before.
Well, okay, interesting you brought that up. We're talking about, Gandhi brought the priapism conversation in. Or Priapis. Well, we're going to find out. We have an ER nurse.
Oh.
So if you take Cialis or you take or whatever, for whatever reason, if you get an erection and it doesn't go away, it's called a priapism. We're hearing. Is that right, Elizabeth? She hung up.
She hung up.
Oh.
No.
I'll get her back.
You get her back on here. We got to talk about this. I'm curious. Aren't you a little curious?
Absolutely.
My friend's
yeah.
dog had a priapism.
What?
Really?
Yes.
No.
And it wasn't taken. It wasn't from taking Cialis or Viagra.
Well, I would hope
It
not.
just-
No way.
But they had to take it to the hospital. At first, they tried to get the medic on the phone, and the medic, they were like saying, like, well, you
Yeah.
have to kind of like help relieve it.
He couldn't get the lipstick
no.
back in the canister?
I think they tried it. Yeah.
Hold on. They wanted them to relieve it?
Yeah. So you know my buddy
Oh, I'm
told
sorry.
Darren.
Hey, you know what? Okay, enough. No names, please. I love my dog, but I'm not going to relieve my dog. No offense.
How are you supposed to do that?
Why do you think?
His cousin was watching his dog, and then they said, look, this is what they said to do. The medical advice was you have to try and take tweezers and help the dog out.
Tweezers?
This is a real thing.
All right. Thank you.
That sounds painful.
Yeah.
Scotty
Scotty
is
B.
dying right now.
Okay, hold on. Okay, wait, hold on. We got Elizabeth back on the phone. Can we get back on track? What is wrong with Scotty B in there? What's wrong with Scotty?
Nothing. I'm just thinking about my dog's Red Rocket all the time. I don't know. Sorry.
The lipstick.
He just sits there with his head cocked. He's like, ooh, and it's just out.
You're the same way, I'm sure. Hey, Elizabeth, let's go talk to her. Hi, Elizabeth. How's it going?
It's good. How are you guys?
Oh, sorry we didn't get to you, but I'm so glad you called back. I'm sure you're busy. Elizabeth, by the way, is an ER nurse. She's had to deal with many. Is it priapisms? Is it what you call them? Priapism. So they come in and it's like hard.
So they
and you guys,
and they're
go ahead.
very, very, very hard, and it's supposedly extremely uncomfortable. But what's worse is when the doctor has to inject them with a big needle to withdraw the blood so it goes down.
Okay.
And you
So
know,
the-
men are all about their private parts anyway, so it's not
Yeah.
a very pleasant experience.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Elizabeth, you don't want someone, giving your private parts a needle.
No.
So it's a universal thing. But so the blood goes into the penis, right? And it won't come
Yep.
out. And so it's like,
It's like stuck.
yeah, it's stuck in there. It won't come back out.
Yeah.
So they have to, oh my
Yep.
God.
So
Okay.
once they do that one time, it doesn't happen again, right? It's not like they have to come back the next day and have it done
Well,
again.
it can come. I can. I've seen a kid once who was on. He didn't pop too much Viagra, but he was on psych meds, and the psych meds he was on, it was a side effect. So it was kind of sad that he was taking care of himself and taking his psych meds, but this was an awful side effect.
Oh God. Okay.
So
Yeah.
he would like every now and then.
And it's easy to laugh at this but it's I'm sure the pain is awful. So there you go.
Yeah.
And there you go. So Gandhi,
Yes.
you brought a world of priapisms to us and
Priapism.
priapisms and
Priapisms, yeah.
and now we're talking about it. See what you did?
Oh, yay. Are there ever any guys who see the needle and they're like, nah, I'm going to risk the blood clot, and they just go home?
Ooh.
No, 'cause I think it's so painful that they're like, do anything to me to make it go away.
Oh, man.
Make it go away, mommy. Oh boy. We've got questions. We have to go around the room as well. Yeah, Nate, what's your question? Asking for a friend.
Yeah, how do they travel to the hospital? Is it with some sort of
Pole
sheet?
vault.
Because I know from experience, when you have one of those things, you can't really put on clothing the same way. So do they just kind of like wrap their lower body in like a
No, I
muslin
mean,
sheet?
they're usually clothed in like gym shorts
You got your
or,
hands on the chicken.
loose,
Why don't you
like,
finish
wet.
eating it then you say,
Okay, good.
which ones did you
Thank
say?
you for your
Definitely no
concern.
like.
Okay, so when you finish eating, then
We've got more questions. Yes, Gandhi.
Yes,
don't
on a
say
scale
anything.
of like emergency when somebody comes in and they have one of these, how important is it to you guys to get to them? Is that like as important as, stitches, or do you make them wait for a while?
So it's probably like they have to wait. It's not really emergent, unfortunately.
Oh, it's
Well, it is, but it's probably like a 4 out of 10.
Oh.
Oh God. Okay.
And how do you not laugh?
Well,
Danielle.
when you're in the nurse for a long time, you see absolutely everything, and you do kind of snicker inside yourself, but you can't. Like,
Okay.
there's been so much pain. It's like
No, I
you feel
know.
so bad for them.
Exactly.
I know.
Well, yeah, I'm sure the pain alone is. Ugh, God, okay. Well, and people have to go, I'd love to have that problem. Well, I don't think you would, to be honest. No. We've learned so much from you, Elizabeth. Thank you very much. Our official ER nurse, Elizabeth, everyone, talking about priapism. Let's go around the room. Should we save around the room? Okay. Yeah, we're gonna save around the room. We're gonna just keep it up for another 15 minutes, if you know what I'm saying. It's like a morning show. It's a morning show priapism. All right, let's get into the three things we need to know from Gandhi, and then we'll get to the around the room and sound in just a minute. And also, John Sykes is stopping by, a good friend of ours here at iHeart, who is on the board of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which you'll see tonight on Disney Plus. He's got a little background info for us, so that's happening in a few minutes. All right, Gandhi, you're up. What's going on?
All right, jurors have found FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried guilty on 7 federal counts of fraud and conspiracy after nearly 20 witnesses testified over a month-long period on the cryptocurrency exchange case. He faces more than 100 years in prison now. Once expected to run all the way through Thanksgiving, the trial actually went a lot faster, with jurors deliberating for just over 4 hours before coming to a verdict. He'll be sentenced in March of 2024. We've been talking about this all morning. Federal regulators say that Amazon used a secret algorithm that raised the prices that people paid for purchases by $1 billion. The claim was made public yesterday. It's part of the FTC's antitrust suit against Amazon. The Amazon spokesperson says they've grossly mischaracterized the pricing tool and that the company actually stopped using it years and years ago. And finally, the 2023 World Series was the least watched in recorded TV history. The matchup between the Texas Rangers and the Arizona Diamondbacks averaged 9.1 million viewers. That number was less than the 9.7 million average from the 2020 World Series between the Dodgers and the Tampa Bay Rays. It was a 23% decline from last year's series with the Astros and the Phillies. The Rangers' series-sealing win in Game 5 averaged 11.4 million viewers, but they're saying it's still very low, and they would like to find some way to get viewers back to baseball. Do we say Taylor Swift needs to date a baseball player? No.
Yes. Also, the Sumo Wrestling Foundation is looking for Taylor as well.
Yes. Sign them up. And those are your 3 things.
Thank you, Gandhi.
Elvis Duran.
The haggiest.
Elvis Duran in the Morning Show.
If you like using debit over credit, shouldn't you also get rewarded? Well, now you can with Discover Cashback Debit. It's a checking account that rewards everyone with cashback on everyday purchases with no fees, period. Check out eligibility and terms at discover.com/cashbackdebit. Discover Bank, member FDIC.